Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. It's great to see you and welcome back. Today I'm going to be making a boba lava cake. I forgot to wait till that did its thing before I did this introduction. Anyways, we all know now that the oven is up to temperature. 320 degrees Fahrenheit, 160 degrees Celsius. Alrighty, where was I? I'm going to be making a boba lava cake that many of you requested via social media that Nino's homemade, and this thing looks incredible. It's a beautiful sponge cake that's topped with this milk tea infused custard with boba on top, and then you have a piece of plastic acetate that holds everything in. You lift it up and then the floodgates are released and the custard cream flows over the top of the cake. It sounds decadent and kind of absurd, and that's why we're going to make it today. So big thanks to all my beautiful lovelies that suggested this one to me. I love Nina's home as well. The recipe video looks very detailed, so I have high hopes that this is going to work out. So let's go ahead and make a boba lava cake. We need to make some really strong milk tea. Take 250 grams of milk, or about 1 1/8 cups, place that into a saucepan along with 20 grams or 6 tablespoons of loose leaf black tea. Bring that up to a boil, then turn off the heat and cover it and let it steep for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you're going to strain the tea leaves out, and there is your beautiful milk tea. Got 3 beautiful fresh eggs from my hens, and we are going to hit our elbow on the counter. Separating 3 eggs. These are at room temperature so that the egg whites will beat up better. So yolks in one bowl, whites in the other. We're going to set the whites aside for a moment. To our 3 egg yolks, we're going to add 50 milliliters of that really strong milk tea we just made. Add that in there. So we're going to add 20 grams or about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 70 grams or about 1/2 cup of cake flour, and 1/2 teaspoon of black tea. This just came right out of a tea bag. And whisk that all up. Ooh, look at that color. And it smells so great. It smells like rich black tea. I love tea so much. We're getting into tea weather here. Now we're going to grab our egg whites. We're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. That will help stabilize the foam. So we got them frothy. This is 65 grams of sugar, or 4 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons. We're going to add half of that to this right now. Now we're going to add the remaining sugar. We should be able to put that right over our heads. So now we need to lighten this yolk mixture with some of our meringue. Stir that in. No need to be too fussy here. We're just trying to lighten this up a little bit, so when we add it to the meringue, it won't be such a chore. Look at that color, it's so beautiful. And now we're going to pour this into the meringue. I have a fruit fly trap over by my sink, so my sink smells like apple cider vinegar, and I keep thinking something's funky. I'm like, what is that funky smell? I'm like, oh yeah, that's just the fruit fly trap. Alright, so now we're just going to slowly and carefully fold the yolk mixture into the meringue. Do this slowly but deliberately. You don't want to lose any of that volume if possible. Yet we do want to incorporate the 2 mixtures. I've got a little push pan here. I've actually used this quite a bit in different recipes. And the way this works is it has a plate that goes into the bottom of the pan. Here's the kind of crazy part. In Nino's video, they do not grease this pan at all. At all. Just pour the batter right into it, and that makes me nervous. But after thinking about it for a minute, I thought that's what they do for angel food cakes, and the reason being is that as this cake is in the oven, it's going to rise, and it needs to climb up the sides of the pan. If we grease the sides of the pan, that prevents the batter from rising and actually has it slip. So in order to get a tall cake, we don't grease the pan. But that makes me really nervous because I have a little history of having a bit of trouble unmolding things. But I'm gonna have faith in Nina's recipe, and I'm gonna do as Nina does and just pour this into the pan. Beautiful. And give this a couple swift taps. Here we go. And now we're gonna put this into a preheated 320-degree oven and cook it for 50 minutes. So while the cake is baking, we're gonna make the milk tea custard cream. Now this needs some refrigeration, so it's better to make it a little bit ahead. So in a small saucepan, we're gonna take 1 egg, and we just want the yolk. Place that in there. Now we're gonna add 120 milliliters of the milk tea we made earlier. Oop. So that's about 3.5 ounces of milk tea. And now we're gonna add some dark brown sugar. This is Muscovado sugar. We're gonna add 40 grams, about 4 tablespoons. 5 grams of cornstarch, about 1 tablespoon. Whisk that all together. Once this gets nice and thick, we're gonna place it into another bowl, cover it, and then refrigerate it for 30 minutes. Now we're going to tackle the custard part of this cake. So I've got a clean bowl here, and here is the mixture that I refrigerated that we made earlier. And we're gonna combine that with some heavy cream. 200 grams of heavy cream, that's a little less than 1 cup. And we're going to whisk that up until it just slightly thickens. Now we're going to take the cooled mixture that we made before, and we're going to loosen that up with a spatula. Then we're going to add this luscious stuff to the whipped cream and beat this until we have a nice thick custard. No time at all. Look at that. There we have it. That is gorgeous. So next we need to make boba, and I'm using this brand. I ordered online. I'll put a link down below in case you're interested. And bring some water up to the boil and add 50 grams of boba. It's about 1/3 cup, and simmer it for 5 minutes. So immediately after we strain the boba, we're gonna add 20 grams or 2 tablespoons of dark brown sugar. So you get this beautiful instant syrup. Okay, all the components are complete. Now we are going to assemble. So here's my cake. Certainly less than perfect than Nino's, but I'm pleased with it nonetheless. I baked it for exactly 50 minutes. Now Nina doesn't specify when to outturn the cake, but I noticed that pot holders were being used, so I assumed that it was when the cake was hot. So I used an offset spatula and I scored around the perimeter, inverted it, and cooled it onto a rack. Now it sunk a little bit in the middle, and it did on the sides a bit as well, but I was very pleased with how it came out. It didn't stick nearly as badly as I thought, since we didn't grease the pan at all. I did have some cracking though, but it's on the bottom, so we're gonna cover it up with custard anyways. 4-inch wide piece of acetate. This is plastic that's specifically used for cake baking and mousse making, and I'm going to wrap it around the cake, so make sure the fit is pretty tight. Now we're gonna add the lava inside of here. This boba is still warm. I'm gonna plop it right on the top. So here's the moment that I've been waiting for. We're gonna lift this up, and this should lava over, I hope. Alrighty, here we go. Kind of, not really. It's supposed to go. I think I overbeat my cream just a little bit. So it's standing right on top of the surface like frosting. But that's okay, we're gonna coax it down. Here we go. And let gravity kind of help us out. Oh, I really want it to go. Alrighty, my beautiful lovelies, there we have it. The beautiful lava boba cake. It looks amazing, absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to taste it. Alrighty, let's go ahead and give this a cut and a taste. Here we go. It's so light. Okay, here we go. There it is. Alrighty, the beautiful boba lava cake. Look at that, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's a huge bite. Itadakimasu. If you like milk tea, you will love this cake. I'm so impressed with how much black tea flavor is infused in this cake. Delicious. It has a little bit of that bitterness and a perfect amount of sweetness to kind of counterbalance that. And you've got wonderful textures going on there. You've got the boba that's infused with that dark brown sugar that tastes almost burnt and molasses. They're nice and chewy and bouncy. And then you've got this fluffy lava cream on top that has that great milk tea flavor again. And then you've got this kind of fluffy, light and airy chiffon cake. So fluffy, so pillowy, and just slightly rich. It goes really nicely with all that whipped cream that's on top. So, so good. Milk tea is so delicious. Alrighty, my beautiful lovelies, there you have it, the beautiful boba lava cake. Big thanks to all of you who suggested that I make this recipe. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! It disappeared. I was gonna burp. No, that's not it. There it is.